Rush Hour Prowler who groped girls as young as 8 unmasked as wealthy businessman. A businessman has been unmasked as the Rush Hour Prowler who groped schoolgirls as young as 8. Former nightclub manager Kevin Bond, 51, has admitted to a string of sexual assault against unsuspecting victims during rush hour. On a single day he assaulted a 13-year-old and 2 women in their 20s in just 35 minutes. Bond, who previously ran his own management consultancy, denied carrying his year-long campaign until detectives lined up his victims for an ID parade. He faces being jailed after pleading guilty to 11 counts of sexual assault and 3 of sexual assault of a child at Woolwich Crown Court. Detectives on Monday appealed for more of his victims to come forward, having linked him with 26 attacks mainly taking place between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. and 6 p.m., Detective Chief Inspector Andrew Furphy, who led the investigation for Lewisham Police, said, "We are aware that there might be further victims who have not yet spoken to police. If you are a victim, or know someone who has been a victim of a sexual assault, I can assure you your information will be treated with strict confidence and sensitivity, and we can also access specialist support where needed." A previous court hearing was told how Bond, of Chislehurst, southeast London, was arrested in January over a string of sexual assaults dating from October 2016 to November 2017. It heard how his young victims fought off Bond's attacks as prosecutor Simon Arloff described his charges. On 30 June at 8:20 a.m., a 13-year-old girl was walking to school and the suspect was walking towards her, and as he walked past her, he placed his hands between her legs. On 5 October at 9:20 a.m. in Kidbrooke Park Road, Kidbrooke, outside Thomas Tallis School, another 13-year-old victim was walking to school with her friend. He said, she saw the defendant walking towards her and as he walked past her he reached his hand toward the top of the stomach and crotch area. On the same day about 10 minutes later at 9:30 a.m. on the same road a woman was waiting for a bus when she was attacked. The prosecutor told the court, the defendant was seen staring at her for 3 minutes before he got close to her and grabbed her crotch. The final attack on that day took place at 9:54 a.m. in Liskeard Gardens, about a 5-minute walk round the corner from the first 2 attacks. The prosecutor added, the adult female was approached by the defendant who grabbed her from behind. She screamed and he ran away. The next attack took place just under a fortnight later, when he attacked a woman in Wincommon, in Plumstead, on 19 October. Mr. Arloff said, the 14-year-old was walking to the pond area when the defendant walked past her. He came back and grabbed her from behind and grabbed her in the crotch area. She fought him off and he ran away. His youngest victim, aged just 8, was assaulted in Lewisham between 8:20 am and 8:50 am on 13 November last year. The final assault for which he was charged with took place on 22 November, in Sandbourne Road, in Brockley in the morning. Mr. Arloff said, the 15-year-old complainant was walking behind the defendant who appeared to be walking behind a younger child. Poodle who could barely see because of his matted hair found dumped by roadman spared jail after blackmailing escort and exposing her as a prostitute to family car crashes into group of people outside church for funeral. It was alleged Bond then turned round before again grabbing at the victim's crotch. The prosecutor said there was a use of violence in the offenses and a degree of planning as they were committed at specific times of day. He was finally captured in January after being identified from CCTV footage showing him fleeing the scene of one of the attacks. After the hearing, Radia Cairo, District Crown Prosecutor at CPS London South, said, Kevin Bond carried out a series of sexual assaults on young women including children in southeast London. The prosecution case built against him included a range of evidence such as witness accounts and CCTV footage. I hope this conviction brings some closure to his victims. If you have a story for our news team, email us at webnews@metro.co.uk. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.